Because what most people are finding themselves in is a situation where you are a ready woman, whether that means you're marriage minded, you are in a space where you're ready for a committed relationship, you are in a space where you are like, I am ready to give myself to somebody fully. But you may meet a person who is dating casually, or he may be somebody who is exploring his different options. If you are not clear about that, if you are not in a space where the both of you have spoken about what both of you are looking for, sometimes you can look for clarity and be given confusion because you did not ask the right questions in the beginning. And if y'all want me to do a video on what questions to ask a man in the beginning, say questions in the comments. But you want to make sure that you're dating somebody that has clarity for their own life so that they'll be able to give you clarity for this relationship. You have to ask that person, like, are you in a space where you're looking for a partner because you want to get married, or are you looking for a partner because you want to date for a couple of years? You need to know that your timelines actually match. But clarity does not come if you do not communicate. And I think that when a man meets you, or when you meet a man, you have to be realistic. You have to be honest. You have to be open and ask for clarity, right? Clarity is going to come with honesty. It's going to come with consistency. They're going to create an environment where you feel at peace to be able to even ask these types of questions. If you don't feel that way, it's probably because it's not a healthy situation for you. So if you find yourself where you're the only one planning conversations, you're the only one planning dates, you're the only one putting time into that relationship, at some point you have to say to yourself, this person is either not in the space to give me what I'm looking for, or they don't want it with me. And I think that if we can look at relationships as something that it is not an indicator that you are a bad person if somebody does not choose you. It is not an indicator that you are not worthy of love if they don't see the value that you bring. You just don't bring it to their life, and that's okay. There's nothing that you should take personal about that. You should actually be really grateful, because what they are saying is, I'm not going to waste your time where you were not able to find what you're really looking for. I believe that there is somebody out there for you that's going to appreciate every part of you. And so if it's not that person, do not get into a feeling of, well, I'm just never going to find love. That's not true. And so one of the analogies that I give people often about initiative and making sure that somebody is actually putting in the same amount of work is, I'm a girly who likes to kayak. I know you probably didn't know that, but yeah, I like to go kayaking. And you have to, when you are kayaking with somebody, you have to make sure that y'all are rowing at the same method, the same movement, because the moment that y'all start doing your own little thing and you're not moving correctly, then the boat's just kind of going to be going all over the place, just doing stuff that it doesn't have any business doing. Why? Because the two people who are in the boat are not in sync. They are not in rhythm. And so because they are not in sync and they are not in rhythm, this object called the boat does not go properly. Think of the relationship as the boat. If both of y'all are steering in two different ways, that relationship is not going to go anywhere. And if you're not careful, you could flip that thing over, right? And that's what a lot of people end up happening, where it's like you're in hot water because the two of y'all are not on the same page. So you want to make sure, like when you meet somebody, that you find somebody who is on the same page. Like when there's a disagreement, are they actually listening to you? Are they arguing to be heard, or are they actually communicating to be understood? Because those are two different things. And so you want a partner where you are able to look and say, you know what? I know that this man, I know that this woman has respect for me, because even when we have conflict, there is an underlying love that we don't even attack each other in such a negative way. We're not name calling, we're not disrespecting, we are not overstepping our boundaries, but we are really in a space where we are healthy enough to say, I didn't really like that. Or, you know what, this hurt my feelings. This is something that triggers me. You should be able to articulate that and know that it is such a safe space in your relationship that relationship, even in hard times, will still stand because the weight of that relationship, there's a solid foundation. I believe that when you are in a healthy situation, when you have found somebody who is a green flag, your life is going to be better with them in your life. If your life is not growing, if your life is not excelling, and I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about them getting you gifts, I'm not talking about expensive dates, I'm talking about your life as a human, as a person. Are you in a space where you feel supported by that person? Do you feel respected by that person? Do you feel loved by them? When you meet a green flag person, I believe personally, these are all the things that you're going to experience. When you meet a green flag person, there's going to be things that you inherit that money could never buy. So I would love to hear from you guys. What are some green flags that you actually hold as a person or that your partner has had that you appreciate?